What's up, y'all? This is NFL expert and Colts fan Marcus Sniffles, and apparently trade season has already begun, so let's get into it.
We some Indiana moves. We some Indiana moves. We some Indiana moves. I'm an Indiana move. We don't take one, two, three. We make the f***ing rules this time. No more talk. Just win. Let's go.
Touchdown! I-N-D-Y! Anthony Richardson.
So if you guys have been following the NFL news lately, Devontae Adams and Amari Cooper have switched teams. Amari Cooper went to the Bills. Devontae Adams went to the New York Jets. So from where I sit, it feels like the Las Vegas Raiders are probably having a fire sale. If you're a team that trades arguably your best player, that means that you're not ready to win right now. And in that case, that means you should be looking to move on from your other great players that are maybe a little bit older, but not super old. And the player that I would be looking at is one Maxx Crosby. Now, before we get into this Maxx Crosby discussion, make sure you guys like the video, hit that subscribe button. We know there's a lot of people watching these videos but not subscribing. I appreciate you guys watching, but I need you guys to hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. So Maxx Crosby is arguably one of the top 5 defensive ends, pass rushers, defensive players, all that stuff. He's always in contention for defensive player of the year. He's a consistent 10 sack guy. Just a menace on defense, and I like watching him play. Every time I see him play, he's always making big plays and causing turnovers. He has about 3 years left on his deal. At about, if you average it out, it's like $20 million per year. And at the end of that deal, he'll be about 29, which for someone like Chris Ballard, that's something that he likes to do. He doesn't really like to trade for older players. And Maxx Crosby would still be under 30 by the end of his deal. We obviously have the cap space for a Maxx Crosby. He'd immediately be the best defensive end on our team. When it comes in terms of pass rushing, he would be the best defensive end on our team. And he's a pretty stout run defender. I don't know if he'd be better than Kwity Paye is as a run defender, but he's no slouch out there. Another positive for trading for Maxx Crosby is he already has a relationship with Latu. Latu was on his podcast in the pre-draft process. They worked out together during the offseason. And quiet as it's kept, Latu has been getting double teamed his entire career already. As a rookie, Latu sees a lot of double teams. So imagine Latu getting more one-on-ones. And with Maxx Crosby on the right defensive end and Latu on the left side, you got to think that offensive line and offensive teams are going to focus more of their attention on Maxx Crosby, which gives Latu more chances one-on-one against a left tackle. And I feel like I'd bet on Latu one-on-one more than a lot of people in this league. So another question would be, how much would it cost to get Maxx Crosby? Obviously, you'd probably have to get rid of Kwity Paye. He'd probably have to go. To get a top 5 player at his position, you're definitely going to have to give up a first. You might have to give up 2 first. You might have to give up 2 firsts and a second. I don't know. But I do know that Maxx Crosby makes every defensive team better. Any team that needs to improve their defense would take Maxx Crosby. There isn't a single team in the NFL that would say no to getting Maxx Crosby. And if the Colts can get him, and all it takes is a few draft picks and Kwity Paye, even if they are first-round picks, I'd be fine with that. I don't think there's too many holes on this team that first or second round picks for the next 3 years could fix. Say what you want about Ballard, I feel like he's pretty good at finding solid players in the later rounds and finding gems in free agency and off the waiver wire. That's always tough for me to say. The final question in this discussion would be, would Chris Ballard do it? It's pretty obvious. He's not going to do this. Chris Ballard is not giving up multiple picks because he loves them picks. And that's pretty much it. I just don't see him giving up giving up one first round pick would be a stretch. Giving up multiple first round picks, I feel like Chris Ballard would lose his mind before he'd ever do something like that. There's always hope. We could always hope that, I feel like if maybe we can go on a little bit of a run the next few weeks and the defense tightens up, maybe you could make a case for saying like, hey, maybe we got something. Let's try to go for it, you know, and try to bring in somebody like a legitimate playmaker. Then maybe he would. Maybe Jim Irsay would just be like, hey, we need to do something. We need to shake some things up. And, we might. If I had to lean yes or no, I'm leaning no. I would want Maxx Crosby, obviously. Something else that I want to kind of float out there. Would you guys rather have Maxx Crosby or Brian Flores? Like, if you had to pick one, like, right now. Like, if I told you we could fire Gus Bradley today and bring in Brian Flores, or you get Maxx Crosby, which one would you want? Let me know in the comments. I know that's kind of a random, odd question to take, like one of the best defensive coaches or one of the best defensive players, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'd be curious to know. Make sure you guys like the video. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. See you on the next one. Peace.